You're on mute, MJ.
I knew that. You knew that. They didn't know that. What's happening, family? What's going on? It's conversations with them too on this hot Monday night. I'm yours truly, MJ, hanging out with my girl.
Lady Des.
And listen, family, tonight we are here with, man, one of South Florida's most talented fashion influencers in all the scene. When I listen, the name itself, Jesus in the Trenches, is
Yeah.
synonymous with awesome clothing. The man, the myth, the legend himself. What's his name? Des?
Mr. Gregory McCloud.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Finding yourself. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us on Conversations with Them Too. Man, I am so excited to have you because we've been rolling deep with Jesus in the trenches for I don't know how many years. And I thought back right before we got on that we won a competition because we decked out our whole family. I don't know if you remember, I sent you the pictures.
Oh, yes.
Everybody was in Jesus in the trenches. And then tonight, I couldn't even find my Jesus in the trenches shirt.
Oh, wow.
Listen, when hey, MJ, I saw you with that. I'm like, what the boots on the ground you got around your neck, man? But
Listen,
okay, I don't say nothing because it's Jesus in the trenches.
But listen, there's a story behind what you see around my neck. When COVID first hit, everybody was trying to get masks and this, that, and the other. And I reached out to Greg and I'm like, yo, I saw somebody else with one. I'm like, I gotta have it. I don't know where he drove from, but wherever he came from, he met me, by I-95, gave me the Jesus in the trenches. I got the mask, I got the shirt, and then other than that, I had like the backpack. And listen, him and his family, they are truly, and especially during COVID, man, was truly a blessing because they were like some of the only people that had masks, but their mask said Jesus in the trenches.
You know
So it was
what?
all good.
As soon as I'm gonna take a break in a few and go get my Jesus in the trenches mask. I think I know where it is. I had one too. I have like one of the first ones that came out because you guys were like the first that was making custom masks.
Right.
And they were all Jesus in the trenches. It was the coolest thing. So listen, we're just so super excited to have you, Greg, with us on tonight.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be with you guys. You guys are family to me. I appreciate you guys always supporting me. So, hey, I'm ready to ride with you guys tonight.
All right, so let's jump right into it. Why don't you tell the people, how Jesus in the Trenches got started? Give us some of your background, where the inspiration came from to just put out a Jesus in the Trenches fashion line.
Well, Jesus in the Trenches is just my personal testimony. I've always loved fashion. It's just been a passion of mine. I'm a sneakerhead. I love clothing, t-shirts, jeans, casual. I love it all when it comes to fashion. And I decided to put fashion with my testimony and bring it together. My testimony is, like most people know, Jesus found me in the trenches. I was in the trenches. I was in the streets. I was doing whatever, living a life of sin. And Jesus met me right then in the trenches and transformed my life. And when I surrender my life to God, I just asked him, give me something that I can give back to the trenches and in the streets. And through praying and fasting, he gave me Jesus in the trenches. So it's been a blessing to combine fashion and Jesus and bring it together.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And let me tell you, it's definitely a ministry tool, right? Because I went into the gas station to pay for my gas, and the guy, he looked at my shirt, he was like, Jesus in the trenches. I said, oh, you know about this? He was like, yeah. He took me from the trenches, man, and it just opened up a conversation. So that is so awesome. And everybody, I believe, in South Florida is so familiar with Jesus in the trenches because the name is so catchy. I'm telling you, God did that, and He did it well for you, because when you just hear the name Jesus in the trenches, it just reminds you of where God has brought you from.
Absolutely. I'm so appreciative of South Florida and all the love that South Florida has given me and supported me throughout the years. I'm so appreciative and thankful for South Florida, and I pray that it continues. Jesus in the Trenches has opened so many doors for me, allowed me to meet so many great people like you guys. You guys have supported me from the beginning. MJ, we've met, like you say, on I-95 on the side of the road, chopped it up, you purchasing gear or me giving you gear, supporting me so much. Desiree, I remember doing an interview with her. One of the first interviews I've ever done was with her. I remember I did a vendoring event with my wife that Desiree was doing. And I remember that so vividly because I didn't sell not one shirt, but I was just giving shirts away. And since that moment, things have taken off for me, and it's definitely been a blessing. And I'm so appreciative of the support from you guys again, and just South Florida. I mean, words cannot express all of the support, the churches, the communities, the people, the artists, the entrepreneurs, everyone. I'm so appreciative. I love you guys.
Most definitely. And I was at an event about maybe a month ago when I had on the green camouflage Jesus in the Trenches, as I see, look at it, Hater. As I was walking through, the people were like, "Oh man, that's a dope shirt. Where did you get that from?" I'm like, "Yo, you got to go online. Jesus in the Trenches everywhere." And you have been so instrumental in making that brand a household name. Everybody who's anybody in the South Florida gospel industry is repping Jesus in the Trenches.
Yes.
I mean, your brand ambassador, the CEO, Kenya C. Wheeler, is always repping, man. And I want to know, you've gone from t-shirts to shorts, from shorts to jogging sets, to masks, to backpacks, even cups.
Yes.
And it's just expanding. Yes. How does the wife feel about that?
Well, she's my number one fan. She's my number one supporter from day one. I'm so appreciative of her. And it's funny you mention her because she doesn't even know. I was thinking about her today, how she supported me so much, and I'm a lucky guy. I'll be honest with you, to meet someone like her. I love her. She's supported me. She's had my back, and I know she's looking at this right now like, what? But I'm so appreciative of her, and I'm proud of her because she's had my back from day one. And I look forward to evolving and doing more, expanding more when it comes to apparel. Just well-rounded brand. I want to bless the people. I want to give them what they want, what they like, and continue to grow. So,
I'm doing one of your numbers. But MJ, good thing you brought up Shawana, which is his wife,
right?
And she is just as creative. And how is that working together with your wife and coming up with such great creativity to present to the world?
It's a balance, and it's always a work in progress. She's very talented, creative. She gives me a lot of insight and ideas, and likewise with me, I give it to her as well. So, and sometimes we bump heads, any marriage, but I have to give her more of an opportunity to create more for me as well. She's like, I'm gonna design your next shirt for you. I'm like, oh, okay, go ahead. I'll let you do it. So we try to have fun doing it, and a lot of people try to get her like, when is she's going to drop her line? And I've been pushing her, drop your line, do it, And a part of the growth I see transitioning is for her to be more, take on a more influential role within Jesus in the Trenches. I told her that last week. It's time for her to do a little bit more. And I know she has her hands are full because she has Beauty Made Whole. She's a licensed esthetician, makeup artist. She's a MA. She wears so many hats. So, and I know she's like, how am I going to do that? So, I'm looking forward for her to take more of a definite role, influential role in Jesus in the Trenches going forward to do more.
And speaking of moving forward and doing more, I hear that there's some kind of pop-up shop taking place really, really soon that Jesus in the Trenches is about to throw down. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, you guys know South Florida, and I just want to say this. I built the brand by doing a lot of vendoring events, and I'm so appreciative to the churches and the communities to allow me to build the brand that way. People don't know, never despise small beginnings.
Absolutely.
I've able to grow from being a vendor to having the brand trademark, from being a small vendor to having the brand trademark and to grow. And like you say, a household name and people wearing it everywhere. So don't despise small beginnings. So we have a church pop-up shop coming this weekend that is in the Fort Pierce area. And in the St. Lucie County area. And I want people to know, I've been doing events. That's the next phase for me. I've done pop-up shops. I've done fashion shows. I've done 3 fashion shows. I'm getting ready to probably try to do more concerts. So be on the lookout for concerts coming soon. Maybe I have you guys come and be a part of that. So I love music. I see myself growing and transcending in that area as far as events, merging with some brands, some other brands. Be on the lookout for that. I see those announcements coming soon. So pop-up shops and events, you'll see a lot of that coming soon.
Now, we've had the opportunity to witness Jesus in the Trenches literally blow up, and anybody that, like I said earlier, anybody that's a part of this gospel industry pretty much wears Jesus in the Trenches. Were you one at all surprised at how we gravitated toward it? Did that surprise you or shock you any?
Very much so. I'll be honest. That's why I say I'm always appreciative. Words can't express the love that has been shown and the people that have gravitated to me with Jesus in the Trenches and have created a real brotherhood, a sisterhood. Like, it's family. It's just not like, okay, they're a customer, they're buying from me. No, the bonds that have been built through Jesus in the Trenches, like family, like everyone all the artists, they're like family, they're like friends. So that love is just like overwhelming. It's really surprising. And I'm so appreciative. Like I say, words cannot express. I pray that it continues and those relationships continue to grow. Like you say, the artists, I feel like there's like all the artists in South Florida, it's like I know them personally. You recently celebrated a birthday a while back. I was able to text you and wish you a happy birthday, and even the relationship with you, MJ. I'm appreciative of that. Same thing with you and your family, Lady Des. Like your daughter, she calls me her God, Des. So, and I'm appreciative of that. That's my daughter too. So, I'm the bonds and the family.
And let me ask you, and you're absolutely right, because my daughter wholeheartedly, I told MJ when I got to my mom's house, she came flying around the corner. Oh, Mom, you're interviewing my goddaddy today. I was like, yeah. She was so super excited. But let me ask you this. When was the moment or the design that you looked at it and you said, you know what, we have something here. And it was just more than a brand. It was like a whole movement. Do you remember that first design or that moment?
Actually, the first design is that I knew that moment. I would say it was two, and it's crazy because it was a T-shirt that I gave you. It was a black T-shirt. A lot of people call it a V-neck, but it's really a bamboo neck. And that was the first one that really just take off. I'm like, wow, like they really like it, because previously the shirts that I did, they wasn't there. I tell people all the time, oh, they was really ugly. I was experimenting and trying to get them. Like, I would allow people to wear it. I'll look at it. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. You know, so it was that moment, and that it was a black T-shirt, V-neck, bamboo neck. I remember I gave you, I think your family, that photo, you guys, family photo, you guys, most of you guys had that T-shirt on.
Right.
That was
I had the black one on, and I think the other ones had the white with
the white one on.
Right. Yes.
That black one was that moment, like, wow. And even now, people still ask about that T-shirt, and I can redo it, but I don't even redo it. Just, you know, so that was a special moment for me. Like, wow.
Wow. Yeah, it was definitely a movement, boy. Everybody was yelling, "Jesus in the trenches, Jesus in the trenches."
Yeah. The name is so catchy, you know, everyone, and like you say all the time, it opens up a conversation and industry moments. I've been so blessed to just share my testimony with people in detail of why, you know, the brand name is Jesus in the Trenches. Prison ministry, street ministry. Man, it's just been wow. Like you say, it's just a movement that just has gone and gone and gone, and it's still going. You know, I'm in the Treasure Coast now. Shout out to the Treasure Coast, Fort Pierce. So the movement has started in South Florida and it's moving up the state. The Treasure Coast has been showing love and allowed me to show them my gifts and talents as well. So shout out to South Florida, shout out to the Treasure Coast, and we're going up the state and we're going nationwide and even international.
Absolutely. I got to give a shout out to one of our brothers who's always a supporter of, you know, Jesus in the Trenches. If I'm not mistaken, I know he's probably performed or ministered at a couple of the fashion shows that you've done. But I know a lot of times when I see you, I know he's not too far behind. None other than the 13th disciple and his family are always repping. And he says, "What's up, Lady Des and MJ? And just know, family, we see you. You know,
yes,
and we definitely appreciate you and the wife, you know, for the music that you guys put out. And it's all about support. All about support.
Absolutely.
Shout out to my brother, 13th disciple. See, me and 13th disciple, we go back to the trenches. We have that relationship from before God transformed our lives. And we didn't even know why we was connecting at that time. And now we look back at it now like, wow, this is why God brought us together. And we've been able to collaborate. He's a brand ambassador. I love my brother and his family. They're some of the most gifted artists in the nation, talented ministry. So I'm appreciative to 13th Disciple and Jill, God is Love. Shout out to them. And man, as you see, they minister all the time at the fashion show. They even ministered at the pop-up shops as well. So he's been instrumental in my life. And quick story, funny thing is, before I got on the phone with you guys today earlier, he was on the phone speaking life into me, telling me, man, God's gonna do this and praying with me and some things that like we always do in the conversations that we always have. As soon as I got off the phone with him, I was on the phone with you guys. So hey, I was like, hey man, you spoke some things into existence.
Absolutely.
Thank God for my brother. I love you.
I think that's what makes the difference between, our family and other people.
Yes.
We make a connection, we get together, we pray together, we
Yes.
encourage each other's families, and we
Absolutely.
support one another, even
Yes.
if it's something on a minute scale. We're always there to support. If it's just a shout out or showing up,
Right.
that's something that we do. I just needed to, did my Fort Pierce Connect come through for you?
Yes, she did, lady. It's funny because I just texted her last week about the pop-up shopping, and she texted me back and told me thank you for sharing it with her. So we're building a bond and a relationship, and I just want to say this one thing. Shout out again to South Florida. People, when you're inside of South Florida, the gospel industry, South Florida has something special, and you may not think so because it's so gifted and talented, but it's very special. That's something that I want to create going forward in other counties and states, because South Florida has a strong gospel industry, and it's people like you guys who really push it forward as well. And I thank God for you two and the influence that you guys have. You guys are doing a great work, and I'm so appreciative. So, if you ever have those times where you think you're not doing anything and it's not making sense, or you don't think it's working, it is. I remember being in a meeting with some Christian hip hop artists talking about how can they expand a little bit more and grow a little bit more, and who can they connect with. And both of you, your names came up in that meeting, and
Wow.
I know them personally, and yes, so what you guys doing matters. So I'm appreciative.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes.
MJ, you were going to say something. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just full. I'm just, soaking it up, because there's, we do this, and we do this because of the love of it. We don't do it for the accolades or for the
Right.
trophies, even though the trophies are nice.
Right.
We do it because we have a love and a passion for the
Yes.
people and for what it is that we do. So, just to hear,
Right.
we're being mentioned in those rooms, even when we're not there, is definitely, a good feeling.
Yes.
How did you come up with the Jesus in the Trenches flip-flops? Because I still have to get some.
Man, when I first, I think I did about 2 separate designs, and they sold very fast. But I'm evolving to a different style. I let some samples out, and man, I've got some crazy reviews, meaning that some positive views. And everywhere I go, I promise you, man, when the flip flops coming out? When are they coming out? Like, be patient, they're coming. I want to perfect them, but they are coming really, really soon. I've gotten phone calls all the way from South Florida about the flip flops, man. Florida, we love flip flops for some reason, so they are coming soon, man. Like just this weekend, that's all they was asking me about. So it's pushing me. It's coming. You push the look. There's some urgency behind it now.
So let me ask you this. You talked about spreading the gospel and how Jesus in the Trenches is leaving South Florida and going in other areas. It's spreading the gospel all around the world. And I just love it, because God gives us all our unique way of evangelizing, right?
Right.
Can you share with us a moment that someone came up to you and said how this brand just impacted their life?
Well, I can say I think the most touching things that I hear are that kind of really affects me and makes me emotional are the people that witnessed my life before I gave my life to God. I mean, sometimes for myself, I can't see it, but when I come in contact with them, I remember one guy who was at the corner store. It was like, man, God really did something in your life, because I can see it, And he reminded me, I know what you used to do and how you were before, and to see you now is a blessing. So that's the most touching thing for me to see that my life and my brand are impacting the people that I was once with, that I was encouraging to do the wrong thing. Now I'm telling them to do the right thing, and if God did it for me, He can do it for them. So, and those are people that, what I would say, they still in the trenches, they still doing their thing. And I get inboxes in my Facebook, I get text messages, or when I see them and I bump into them, they tell me, "Bro, you're blessing my life," and I see the change, and so that's what blesses me to keep going. I got to keep going.
Yeah, you got to, because you're just giving hope to those that are still, struggling, trying to get out. And,
Right.
and every time they just look at you, it's like, if he can do it, I know that I can.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Good job. Yeah.
And Jackie Wilson from Facebook says it's beyond the reach. Even though you've left South Florida, it's not like you've really left. You're just expanding and growing, because Jesus in the trenches is definitely bigger than South Florida, and it's going to just continue to grow and grow and grow. But after I get my flip-flops.
That's right. I promise you, I have those flip-flops for you, and some other gear for both of you guys. I got a lot of new styles coming out quickly. I'm fortunate. I've been doing this for 9 years now. For 9 years, and I've seen a lot of I've able to learn a lot in the business and grow with different styles and things like that. And I'm just appreciative of what God has done in my life to allow me to do this for 9 years.
And I'm glad you mentioned that you've been doing this for 9 years. Every day has not been a bed of roses, and people sit back and they see the finished product, and they don't see the struggles that you and the misses have been through. Tell us a little bit about how hard it can be, for people that are watching or thinking about getting to any aspect of any business, whether it be fashion influencing or, ministering, singing, any of that, because every day is a different day, and sometimes are a little harder than others. And you've experienced that. So from your point of view, what would you say?
I would say consistency matters. You have to survive the many ups and downs in this business or in ministry. You're going to have seasons where there's going to be a drought that, no one may purchase from you, or no one may support you. It may be, it's not that it's nothing against you personally. It's just, it just comes with the territory, to be honest with you. So it's up and down, and you just have to be consistent and keep going, and survive the drought sometimes. 9 years. So you have your ups and downs financially. You may invest in a product that may not sell so good, or they may not like, at the end of the day, we have to understand that it still is consumer based. They may not like the product, and you have to be able to, pick up on the wants of your customers, what they like and what they don't like, and be creative with many different styles. So it comes with the territory. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I want to be around 25, 30 years where my children can pick it up and run with it. It's ministry for me. It definitely is. It's ministry for me. I wouldn't change nothing about it. The process, I endure the process. It don't feel good sometimes, but it's worth it, to be honest with you. It's worth it.
How has your faith helped you to overcome all of the challenges that you have endured?
My faith has been essential. The foundation is the name Jesus. I have my faith has to be solid in Jesus. I have to have more of Him in order to be able to continue to expand, I have to continue to grow in my relationship with him. And growing in my relationship and in my faith with Jesus Christ has allowed me to endure the battles that come along with it, because there's a lot of battles that come along with it, spiritual battles, that I go through all the time. I have other groups sometimes that don't believe in what I believe in. They attack me as well. I don't share that as much, but it comes with it. It comes with it too. So I just growing in my faith in Jesus Christ allows me to continue to grow and go forward.
That's what's up, family. It's Conversations with Them Two. If you're just tuning in, we're speaking to the man himself, Mr. Jesus in the Trenches, Mr. McCloud, who is one of South Florida's most influential fashion influencers. And if you don't know the name Jesus in the Trenches, why don't you tell them where they can check out some of the designs and the clothes, because we're all wearing it.
Right. You guys can follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, whether it's Gregory McCloud on Facebook, whether it's Jesus in the Trenches on Facebook, the same as well as Instagram, Gregory McCloud, Jesus in the Trenches. Website is under reconstruction. I got a lot of new styles coming, so I had to switch out all the old and put the new stuff on. So I'll send that out, JesusInTheTrenches.com. So hey, you can reach out to me, you can inbox me, check out those pages. I'm always posting. Be on the lookout for the website. So that's where you can follow me at and reach out to me. I also let you know what city I'm going to. I've been able to be a vendor everywhere, from South Florida, North Florida, Central Florida, West, everywhere. So be on the lookout. You'll see I post that as well. So just follow me on all social media.
And just know, if you need any more brand ambassadors, you got us.
I got you guys. I got something special for you guys. I definitely got something special.
I can't wait. So, Greg, tell me, or tell our audience, what type of advice would you give other Kingdom creatives that are out there that wants to start a brand or want to get in fashion and be that fashion influencer, such as you and your wife? What advice would you give them?
I would say have integrity, be sold on what you want to do, stay the course, think long term and not short term. If you think short term, when it doesn't work for you, you'll give up. So consistency matters. I had an artist, and he's well known. I remember sitting in his restaurant, and he was like, if anything that I respect about you, I respect your consistency. And that shocked me, and that really encouraged me to keep going, and that consistency matters. So I would tell any up and coming fashion designer to think long term, stay consistent, and just have faith in yourself.
Awesome. Go ahead, MJ.
I don't know, Des. With that being said, we're just about out of time.
Absolutely. This has been great. It has been such an inspiration to see you, Greg. I know I met you some years ago when you were just getting started, and I may have had one of those first shirts.
You did.
Of Jesus in the Trenches, but I was proud of it, just because of the name itself. And like I said at the beginning, it just reminds you of where God brought you from and who he is in my life. And like the old folks used to say, I know too much about him. You can't let me doubt him because I know too much about him. And and I'm just grateful for what you're doing. I'm grateful for your consistency and staying the course and being that example for so many that are still out there in the trenches. Thank you, man.
You know what, Des? There was one thing that we forgot to mention.
What's that?
Even through all the years, the quality The quality behind Jesus in the trenches. Listen, this has been going around. This has been with me since COVID. I've got shirts that have been that are still great color. They haven't stretched out.
Absolutely.
The quality behind Jesus in the trenches is definitely top notch. So, we have to mention that, because a lot of times people get behind products and no, this is top notch quality. That's why I'm trying to get my hands on those flip flops, because I know I'm going to have them for some years.
All of us had our shirts for years.
Yeah.
This is not the only mask that I have. I have the full one. I think it's brown with it looked like the rugged cross type of.
Oh, wow. I love that one. Yeah.
So that was way back, and it's still in good shape.
Wow.
And we use these consistently. So you're right, MJ. Thanks for bringing that out. Absolutely correct. I totally agree.
I am a stickler for quality. I want to please I want to please everyone. I want this to be a brand that they're proud of. They can wear. So I'm a stickler for quality.
Absolutely. And before we get out of here, once again, tell people where they can keep up with you on social media.
Social media: Gregory McCloud on Facebook, Gregory McCloud on Instagram, as well as Jesus in the Trenches Facebook page, Jesus in the Trenches on IG. The website, I'll post that again once it's finished being up under reconstruction. So just follow me, reach out to me, and inbox me. I answer everyone back. So reach out.
And listen, if you have any type of event, he will definitely show up and be ready to serve.
Thank you for that. Thank you, South Florida, and everyone who's ever invited me. I definitely will be there.
All right, South Florida. Well, you have it. Listen, we do this each and every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Gregory, thank you so much. Family, friends, make sure you go get your Jesus in the Trenches gear. It is definitely a conversation starter, as well as a fashion statement. People are definitely watching. Des, until we do this again next Monday, I say love and peace and good night, family.
Good night. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yes.